The music was a collaboration between myself and a wonderful guy called Ron Artinian from Ravel Virtual Studios in New York. Will and his friends had some general ideas for the soundscapes they wanted me to create, like, oh, this part should be intense drums, this part should be ambient and mysterious. They were really incredible and gave me complete creative freedom to interpret those directions however I wanted. For me, harmony has always been extremely intuitive. Give me any emotional landscape and I'll be able to convey it with harmonies pretty much immediately. So for me, the main challenge wasn't writing the notes themselves, but ensuring that the pacing was right and that the chords weren't changing just for the sake of changing, but based on shifts in the character's inner heart or what was literally happening on the screen. A really obvious example would be this bass drop where she starts working on the car.
Deal.
Or slightly more subtly, this part where this aching turmoil is building up inside of her as she listens to the radio host dissect her failed car race at the beginning until it just becomes too much for her to bear and she throws the radio to the other side of the room.
She was about to win. Second place? We can't discredit that, but it could have been first. She had to win, but she fucked it up like she always does. How could this absolute failure come from the legend that her father was? I mean, he passed down the greatest piece of machinery to ever bless this raceway, and she destroyed it.
Shut up!
It becomes a matter of not only how do I sync the music with the important events, but also how do I honor this character's deepest vulnerability in a way that isn't cliche, isn't too literal, but is just purely vividly human. What I ended up sending Ron were these scores divided up by section, and the timestamps correspond to the timestamps in the movie that those notes need to line up with. They might be slightly different now because the final movie has a little bit different timings than the initial version I was given, but you still get the idea. For parts like the middle sequence where I needed spot on alignment frame for frame, I jotted down little descriptions of exactly what was happening on screen in those moments so Ron could line them up perfectly. What Ron returned to me was nothing short of incredible. I gave him general descriptions of what I wanted the instrumentation to be. Things like we were hoping for a synthy mechanical sound here, or could we have strings with a slightly gritty white noise tone quality? Ron's production creativity is what actually took those descriptions and transformed them into something riveting. Whenever he would send a section, I would send revision suggestions. I truly cannot overstate how much it means to be entrusted with something like this, to bring a character's inner world and story and emotions to life as faithfully as I possibly can.